Of Beyond Roses on 9th February 2024, streaming live on Watchman Catholic Charismatic Campus Fellowship Facebook page, Watchman Campus YouTube page, and other Watchman platforms. Find out the exit proof of love. Find out how to become emotionally mature to relate with the opposite sex. Find out if premarital relationship is a kind of love. See you there. Love Beyond Roses. Hi viewers, welcome to the second episode of the discussion. Wow, if you have not watched the first, you're missing something. Do well to click and check the first episode. I believe you'll be getting something great. But welcome to the second episode of this panel discussion. We remain the sexual purity team, and I am Marvelous. And I'll still be working with my people. They are here to discuss again on a very important topic. I'm super excited to be here, and I know they are. And for the sake of reintroduction for the people that have seen us before and the ones that have not seen us, I have by my far
Felix.
and I have Cynthia.
Hi viewers, you're welcome.
And this is Goodness.
Hi viewers, welcome to the show.
Thank you. This is Ruth Precious.
Welcome back, viewers. We are glad to have you back here. It's going to be a smooth ride with us. Grab your popcorn. I love you all.
Thank you. And this is Temple.
Oh, welcome back, viewers.
Right. Thank you very much for clicking. Thank you very much for coming on board to discuss with us. And let's quickly delve into what we have. We are discussing on a very important topic, like I said, relationship. Relationship. Everyone is into one type of relationship or the other. We are social beings. No man is an island, they said. So we have people all around us, and that is relationship. So we want to discuss on relationship, and we can't do justice to that without knowing what relationship is all about. So please, Precious, tell us what you understand by the word relationship.
Thank you, my moderator, for that question.
Okay.
I will simply say that relationship is what connects two or more persons. It's what is letting A to be. It's a kind of bond that exists between two or more persons.
Right.
It could be a father-mother relationship. It could be a colleague relationship, a teacher-learner relationship, teacher-teacher relationship. That thing that brings two or more persons close. That thing that connects two or more persons together. That's what we call relationship. Thank you.
Alright. The thing that connects two persons or a group of people, it's relationship. That thing, my father, my mother, my sister,
Exactly.
a colleague in school,
Exactly.
workplace, is what we know as what? A relationship. Oh, that means there are kinds of relationship. So please, Temple, tell us the kinds of relationship we have.
Okay, thank you, my moderator, for that question. She just shedded a light a bit on that question. We have types of relationship. We have the philia, which has to do with the family, the way the family interacts. Mother, father, children, grandmother, aunties, uncles, cousin. That's the kind of relationship. We have the erotic relationship. That is the kind of relation that has to do with sexual activities and commitments.
Okay.
We also have the colleague, professional relationship, and all that. Then we have also relationship between people, like you don't really know them in person, but you know their names. So that's also the types of relationship we have. Thank you.
Okay. So, to be family,
Yeah.
erotic, and all of that. Okay, erotic relationship that has to do with love,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
That one could be emotional between. Can you throw more light on that
On
erotic?
erotic. Okay, erotic kind of relation is something that has to do with sexual activities.
All right.
Has to do with emotion,
Okay.
some kind of attraction to the opposite sex.
Okay.
Okay, that's what erotic
Okay.
relationship is
So
about.
thank you. Um, that will bring me to asking, um, what can you say about the a child of God? Remember, our foundation remains God. We are not just entertaining you or to talk about relationship in the circular world. We are coming from somewhere, the God perspective. What can you say about relationship? A child of God and her relationship, his or her relationship life with God. What what kind of relationship is that? What is it supposed to look like? This is goodness.
Okay, thank you for that question. I'll start from the book of Ephesians chapter 4 verse 6 states that there is only one God and Father of all, which is above all, through all, and in you all. This last phrase, in you all, implies the indwelling of God in us, his children. And this suggests a personal and intimate relationship. God dwells in us through his spirit. And for us, we all know that for us to develop an intimate relationship, it's not just a one day something. It is something that we keep on nurturing. Communication. Without communication, we all know that a relationship will suffer and it will be stagnant. So for us to develop this intimate and personal relationship with God, we have to develop this constant communication with him through his word, praying every time, because we can only know what is in the mind of God through reading his word and praying. He can tell or reveal whatever he has in mind to us through prayers. There is no other way. It's either prayer, his word. If you fold your hands and say, I've accepted the Lord Jesus, that relationship will not grow. You will not have that intimate relationship with him. Thank you.
All right, it's all right. So it should be a very serious relationship. Communication, very important. We should communicate with him always. Okay. Does that mean that, okay, let me come back to you. Temple, you talked of relationship, erotic, lust, and what have you. Um, we've seen the side of having a relationship with God, which should be paramount in our life. And do we also need premarital relationship? Now, premarital relationship, is it a sin? Like, if you come from the God part, is it a sin to have a premarital relationship with?
I would say it's a sin and it's not a sin. It's in two ways. I will explain. Now, the first category of people are people who comes into this kind of relationship, want to understand themselves, know their values, their goals, and then finally decide whether to get married. And on the other hand, it's this category of people that comes into this kind of relationship just for one purpose. And what is the purpose? To satisfy their sexual desires, to let the society know that they are up to the age of doing what the married can do. I belong. Like in some schools, you will hear friends will tell you, you don't know what's up, you don't know what's happening. And in that bid to prove to them that you know what's happening, so you also come into that kind of relationship. The purpose there is to satisfy your sexual desires. It's not love, it is lust. So, but on the other part, it is love under strict monitoring by the church authorities. Thank you.
Okay, you made mention of relating with them
Yes.
sexually. sexual relationship,
Yes, absolutely.
more especially for the
For the younger ones.
with the opposite sex, right?
Yes,
Not,
the opposite
are you
sex.
talking about same sex?
No, opposite sex. Opposite
Okay,
sex.
specifically for the opposite sex.
Yes.
In a way, it's a sin
It's a sin.
for them.
Yes.
Okay, but at a certain stage, it's no longer.
It's
not
no
a sin.
when they are ready to get married under strict supervision of the church authority.
Oh,
So-
okay. That will lead me to asking, Felix, does it mean that uh, there's a stage we should have some kind of relationship? Like, at what stage of every stage of our life, there is a kind of relationship we should maintain. So please, can you just highlight, because it's telling me premarital relationship be sin. So at every stage of our life, what kind of relationship are we meant to keep as Christians?
Thank you, Mary.
Alright, thank you.
I would like to let us know that the foundation for relationship is love.
Okay.
Jesus told us in John chapter 15, verse 12, that a new commandment he has given unto us, that we should love one another as he has loved us. Now let us take cognizance of the fact that there are 4 stages of growth before someone becomes from child to an adult. There are 4 stages that person encounters. The first is the childhood, the second is the adolescence, the third is the young adult stage, and then the adult stage. During the childhood stage, in relating with one another, what is expected of such one is the primary factor there is obedience.
Okay.
That is the way to know someone is relating well. A child who is obedient should not fight with the elders or with his own mates. In the adolescent stage, that person is expected to take respect as a core value, because at that stage people become heady and most of the times become almost ungrateful. They think they've known a lot of things. But at that stage, in relating with people, the child of God should take respect as a core value. Respect your people of the same gender with you and opposite gender. Relate with them in all purity, because at this stage of life, hormones are kicking up. People do not really know how to control emotions. Then at the young stage, the young adult stage of life, now a touch of maturity is needed, because around this young adult stage of life, in the long run, marriage begins to come up. People are now coming up to age, and it's no longer going to be just relating people with people anyhow. The person you might relate with eventually might be the person you will get married to. So you operate with what? Purity and emotional maturity.
Okay.
Then for the adult stage of life, the child of God at this point in time has gone through these other stages. So experience is now an advantage to this adult, who has to now make sure he or she guides others who come up from this childhood stage up to this adult stage in love. This is how we should relate to one another as children of God.
Okay. So at every stage of our life, there is God factor in our relationships. Please, Ruth, do you have something to add to this?
Okay, I have something to say based on the adolescent stage. This stage is the stage why most persons get it wrong in life, and most times it takes them longer years to correct a mistake they made during that time. It's a time of youthful exuberance. So I think that as an adolescent, you channel your adolescent skills. You're kind of doing many things, develop yourself, preparing yourself for what is coming up in your early adulthood and late adulthood. Thank you so much.
Okay. In essence, you're telling us that at that stage, it's not a stage to look for
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
boyfriend and girlfriend, in quotes. It's not a time to look for who to be in a relationship with. Enjoy the relationship you have around you already and focus on your purpose for living. By the time you get there, you must have balanced enough emotionally and psychologically to handle the next stage of life. All right. Thank you. Please do well to understand the basis. We said we are discussing from the kingdom perspective, not what the secular world is saying. They might be saying a lot of things, we might be hearing a lot of things. When they say relationship, a lot of things goes to mind. But do well to understand the actual meaning and what you should have at the center of your heart. Thank you so much for that answer. In our relationship with the Please, Temple, I want to ask you again. This relating, you said premarital relationship is a sin in a way, and then Felix have highlighted, Ruth has said something. Focus. At that stage is shaking. That stage is always, wow. We are looking for love. We are looking for who to roll with. Now, are you telling us that relationship is restricted to one gender? So, since it's a sin, should we only relate to only our gender? Like, I'm a female, I relate to only females, or guys, brothers, guys relate to only male? Please, I need you to throw more light on that.
Okay, thank you very much for that question. I'll start by saying no.
Okay.
It is not restricted to only our gender. Why? Because the creator of man made man a male and a female. But that does not make us relate with the opposite sex or gender in the way we shouldn't.
Okay.
So carefulness, boundaries should be set, and restrictions should be strictly adhered to if one is relating with the opposite sex.
Okay.
Thank you.
So he who made them
Made them female
male
and
female.
yes.
So if he had wanted Adam to stay alone, he'd
Yeah,
have
of
just
course.
left him
Left
alone.
him alone,
He'd have been
yes.
comfortable.
Mhm.
But he knew there was need to bring
A
him,
relation, yes.
and he didn't bring same sex.
Didn't bring
He
Adam.
didn't bring another
He
Adam.
didn't bring
Adamu.
Adamu, alright.
Not Eve, not Eve.
Yeah.
Okay, he didn't bring Adamu, he brought Eve. And that is to say, we are free. He actually created it in a way that we should relate normal without anything attached to it. Thank you for that. We should relate both with the opposite sex, but it should be on a restricted,
Boundaries should be kept,
should
set,
be
and
founded on
carefulness.
purity.
Yes.
Remember what we preach, purity. It should be founded on purity. All right, thank you so much for that answer. Thank you for that clarification. Now, that will bring me to this question. Felix, I don't know why I'm disturbing you a lot. Wow. Please, it's because of your answer. Are you telling me that it's wrong? Please, is it wrong now? Now that we need to relate with the opposite sex, male and female. Can I have the opposite sex as my mentor? Is it okay? Is there anything wrong with that?
Okay, thank you for that question.
Thank you.
Before I go to answer the question, I'd just like to define some things.
Okay.
We've noticed that the word mentor has been misconstrued by many people. So just permit me to lecture you a bit on it. There is the word mentor, and there is the word disciple, the discipler, and there is the confidant. A mentor is a wise counselor, one who teaches and guides. And a mentor can have a relationship with the mentee directly or indirectly, knowingly or unknowingly. Meanwhile, a discipler is likened to a mentor, trains somebody consciously. There's also a direct relationship, it is not indirect. Meanwhile, the confidant is someone who has a relationship with someone and receives confidential information, some secrets that is shared. So ordinarily, per se, the mentor does not have the attributes of the confidant. But using our normal parlance, that's what we can relate with, what many people take mentor as. A mentor can actually have these three qualities of a discipler, of a mentor, and a confidant. That's to say, people can have a mentor and still share their confidential information and secrets with their mentor. So now, having been cleared of that, I want to make us know that according to the book, before I answer, let's read our Bibles in the book of Titus. I'd like to read the book of Titus, chapter 2. Titus chapter 2, I'll be reading verse 1, verse 3, 4, and 5. It says, verse 1 says, "But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine." Then verse 3 says, "The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober. Please emphasize the word. That they may teach the young women to be sober. Then verse 6 and verse 5 thereabouts. Okay, verse 4 tells us that they may teach the young women. Verse 5 says to be discreet, chaste keepers. What are we trying to say? Checking from these scriptures, which in verse 1 says, talking about sound doctrine. One of the sound doctrine is that the older women, the aged women teach the younger women. So bringing it to our question, which says, should I have the opposite gender or the opposite sex as my mentor? For the sake of safety and your Christianity, the scripture has showed us what sound doctrine is. Have your mentor to be of the same gender. Reason being that there are certain information you will share with the opposite sex, who is your mentor, that will be about you. And because men and women are wired differently, that information can be harnessed by Satan to become a weapon of mass destruction against that mentor. So, because God has commanded us to love one another, even as he has loved us, to be our brother's keeper, to avoid stories that touch the heart, please, let your mentor. There's nothing you will not learn. The Bible has told us, let the older women teach the young women. So you have older women in church who have the advantage of experience. You have older men in church who have the advantage of experience. Meet these people, they will walk you through that path. For the sake of safety, let Satan should use you to make a pursuit.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. For the sake of safety, if you want to maintain purity, like we preach, purity, there's no way you can remove God and you say purity. You must talk about purity. As long as you want to be loyal to God, you must talk about purity. And for safety's sake, and thank you for that backup from the scriptures. They said the older women, but it mustn't be an old woman. It could be a mother that is experienced. You can get them in your profession, you can get them all around. So you mustn't go to that for safety's sake. Please, Ruth, say something on that.
Okay, thank you for that. I want to say something in life. For you to make life-changing decisions, you need a mentor.
Okay.
And a mentor is not something you just wake up and be like, this person is my mentor. It's something you prayerfully select. When I was in need of a mentor, I prayed. I didn't get an answer from God. And then at the point I was like, let me do it on my own. In fact, there is one mommy in my parish. Then that I was somehow down emotionally. And I needed somebody to just tell me a word, encourage me. Then I put on a call, I called her, and you know what she said? She said, this one you called me, have you committed?
Wow.
That was like, good morning, ma. This one you called me, and I switched off the call. That was the end of it. Then later that day when I went home, I got a call from another mommy. And she was like, she had been looking for my number, she had it in mind to call me. She was asking me questions, and at the end of the day, she helped me like that was, and then I had a voice that this is the person you're looking for. And today she has been my mentor. That was 2019 to today. I think how many years she's been my mentor. And then I'm not supportive of a young sister meeting a young brother, probably your campus pastor or your choir master, to mentor you. Then you're having menstrual camp. You go and call him on phone, brother, my stomach is paining me. And you cook and you think that you're a caterer. You know? Confessionaries. You are everything. Then you will now cook cooler ministry and go and carry and give the brother. And then now tell him ministry. That there is a way that your head is doing you today. Then early, first thing in the morning, he will call you and be like, how are you? How is that your head? Believe me that by the time he calls you today, call you tomorrow, call you the next day. We women, we are somehow emotional beings more than the men, that you begin to read the meaning that this brother is caring. And from there you endanger. He may be doing it out of a sincere mind, but you endanger him. You find that you are becoming vulnerable. And for you to have a mentor, you be vulnerable to your mentor. Okay. So when you are vulnerable to a brother, anything can happen. So it's not advised for your safety, for your sanity, to maintain purity. Please, sisters, help our brothers. We have mothers, sisters around us. We have your fellow gender you can go to. Help our brothers, help that your choir master. Don't let him not be the one you call always to complain of whatever you're passing through. Their mothers who have passed through menstrual camp and then they overcame this thing. You can talk to them, they will help you out. Thank you.
All right. Okay. That is to say that I got something from what you said. You said you prayerfully select a mentor. You can just select probably some will say, is it all those kind of people we have in church? You just
They are not the
confine,
same.
you just confine, like he said you have a confidant, you have a discipler,
Then the mentor.
and then a mentor. And the general thing is that when we say this person is a mentor, most times we are looking for these three qualities in one person.
Yes.
We want to give him whatever that is disturbing us.
Like my
We
mentor,
want
there is
to-
nothing about it that she doesn't know about.
Okay.
She have access to my phone, my chats, everything. She have access to everything I do. So
She
I
is a
confide in her.
confidant,
Yes, she's a
right?
confidant.
And she is a
Discipler.
and she's also a mentor. And we are looking for all of this in one person. So it's not safe to
Just choose one
have
person.
the
Wrong
opposite sex or choose a wrong person. But you might just share that secret, that thing. At some point in her life, she needed a mentor. You can also need a mentor any stage of your life. Like you said, you must relate with everybody, not just the opposite sex. Relate with everybody. We need everybody to survive. You used to say, we are one family. I need you. You need me to survive, right?
Yes.
So I need you to survive. So I can actually get a mentor, but you don't just choose. That is where God's factor comes in. You prayerfully choose one. And that person you might be looking for might be just around you. And you're looking for one hyped person somewhere. So when you consciously choose a mentor prayerfully, God will give you one. And you'll be better for it. I believe we are getting something.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. So it is not encouraged to have the opposite sex. They said, as your mentor, they said, please, please. She said something, please, and sisters, be your brother's keepers. Please, brothers, be your sister's keeper. So that you will answer that question, Kel, where is Abel, your brother? Thank you so much for that answer. I'm sorry. I skipped a very important question, and that is to Cynthia. Please, all these are relationships. We've been talking about relationship, relating with this, opposite sex, and all of that. What are actually the qualities of a healthy relationship?
One of the qualities of a healthy relationship is love. I mean, you cannot talk about a healthy relationship without mentioning love. And then you know that when you mention love, you're mentioning God, because God is love. So that means, first and foremost, a healthy relationship must have God sitting right at the center of activities. Another thing that qualifies a healthy relationship is communication. I should be able to understand you, and I cannot understand you if you don't communicate with me. I am not an angel to know when things are going wrong with you. I am not an angel to kind of decipher things. No, you should be able to communicate with me. I should be able to communicate with you. We should be able to communicate our values, our beliefs. I should be able to know the things that you like. I should be able to know the things that I like, the things I don't hate, the things that I hate, so that I don't overstep my boundary. I don't do things that hurt you. So these are the key things. Communication is very, very vital in every relationship. I mean, every relationship needs communication. As Christians, communication is very paramount. You should understand what this your sister likes, because whether we like it or not, as Christians, our characters and our backgrounds differ. What you do me and I get offended might be different with what you're going to do to Felix and he will pick offense. So we should come to this level of understanding ourselves. And when we understand ourselves, then we'll know how to relate with ourselves. And that understanding cannot be there if we don't communicate. Another attribute of a healthy relationship is mutualism, mutual benefit. There are people that are in relationship as brothers, as sisters, but they're not bringing anything to the table. They are more parasitic. Yes, thank you. They are more parasitic. They want what they will gain from you. I've seen sisters that, once they look at your wardrobe and they know that you have fine clothes in wardrobe, they want to be close to you so that they can be getting things from you. But there is nothing actually that they are bringing into the relationship. There are people that when they come to church, they assess this brother, they check out like this brother get money. They'll start coming close to the brother because of the things that they will get from that brother. But there is no value that they are bringing to that individual's life. So there should be mutual benefit. I am bringing something. What are you bringing? What value are you bringing? Because whether you like it or not, it cannot be one-sided. Love needs to be reciprocated, like someone said. It cannot be one-sided. So mutual benefit is another quality of a healthy relationship. Another thing we can pinpoint that makes a healthy relationship is respect. The fact that we are Christians, we could be peer group, friends, age mates, doesn't mean that we should disrespect ourselves. There should be mutual respect. You should have respect for me and I should have respect for you, and it cuts across different spheres of life. Now, one thing again I would want to point out is boundary. It also has a link to respect. Boundary is another thing that would help a healthy relationship. You should know your boundaries in a healthy relationship. When you know your boundary, when you know the things that you're not supposed to do, when you know the level that you're not supposed to cross, you stick at it. You stick at it, and then when you stick at it, there is no reason for disunity or misunderstanding, because on your own terrain you are ensuring that you don't cause issues. You are ensuring that I don't do this thing that will hurt this person, and this person is also ensuring that he or she does not do this thing that is actually going to hurt you. So when we respect our individual boundaries, I'm very, very sure that that relationship would always sail in a healthy way.
All right. Okay, you said I have an issue there. You said a healthy relationship needs boundaries. Is it when gender, or when it comes to the opposite sex? Or is it every relationship that needs a boundary?
Okay, every relationship actually
needs boundary,
and I am going to
be
explain.
healthy.
Yes,
right.
We've been so fixated actually on relationship that we only see it from the limelight of a boy and a girl, or a man and a woman. Maybe because of the idea of the season we are trying to pass. That we neglect some key things that are gradually springing up in the world and in the church. In fact, it is not gradually, it is spreading like wildfire. That relationship is gradually transiting from what it is supposed to be to some things that the devil is bringing. You can see a sister and a sister, and you're like, wow, these two people, they actually have a wonderful relationship. But you don't really know that there are some dirty things that are going on under the sheets. So I've heard of people that complain, we were close, and then they didn't know that this person was a lesbian. And before you know it, they got entangled. Because initially they felt they were safe because it was their fellow lady or their fellow men. They felt they were safe. But because the boundary was not kept, before you knew it, they fell apart. So there is boundary that should be kept in every relationship, whether for a man and a woman, just like our sister pinpointed when we're talking about having a mentor from someone of the opposite sex. There are some boundaries, and that is why in our church our daddies have rules. Sometimes we youths will think, they are tying us so hard, they don't want us to express ourselves. But there are these rules that our daddies put in place to checkmate our activities. And that is why we say, as a sister, a single sister, you are not meant to visit a single brother alone. In the campus, you go to his lodge. Let me go and see Brother Timothy in his lodge. You're going to see Brother Timothy alone. Or Brother Zachariah that is Holy Ghost dead. You want to go and do follow-up to Sister Miriamaka that did not come to church. Or you want to go to a room and hold hands and pray with her. And when you now go, Sister Miriamaka is tying towel and you are holding hands to pray. There should be boundaries. these things should be checkmated. Or as a brother, you come to church, you say, greet one another with a holy handshake, hugging Sister Amanda. What do you want to, there should be boundaries. There should be boundaries in every relationship. We should know our limits. There's this saying that we should know when a handshake is gradually extending and crossing even your elbow. So there should be boundaries in every relationship.
For it to be healthy.
For it to be healthy. Nobody is saying you shouldn't care about your brother as a sister. Nobody is saying you shouldn't care about them. But there should be boundaries. You should know when things are gradually change. You should know when how are you. The tune they are using to tell you how are you is gradually changing. There's one they are calling bedroom voice. There's one they are calling bedroom voice. You should know when bedroom voice is gradually coming into your discussion with a brother or a sister. These are the boundaries.
You have to know what to do
Yes,
once the voice starts changing.
Exactly.
Whether yours or his is changing to bedroom voice. From the normal voice to the bedroom voice.
We need to know these
much.
things
I
and
love
be
that.
careful about them.
I love that. I love that. Sis, goodness, do you have anything to say? How can I set these boundaries?
Okay.
I see my brother and my sister and I'm setting boundaries. How?
It is good to set boundaries. One, you have to define every relationship you are keeping with somebody. You don't just assume. He's a brother in the church. He knows now. He knows all these things. I'm not supposed to be telling him. Don't assume, because you are not in his mind. What you are thinking may not be what he's thinking. What she's thinking may not be what you are thinking. So define, spell it out.
Okay.
Define that relationship. This is a relationship. You are my classmate, and the thing that is connecting us is this academics. It doesn't go beyond that. When you start going beyond what is connecting you with somebody, you are now making it personal.
Okay.
From meeting the brother, your classmate in school, to since we have been in this school, I've not known your lodge. Can I follow you home today? I want to know where you're coming from. Or you've been seeing that brother in the church. You've been greeting him, bro. Hi. One of these days you'll be looking at him, brother. Have you eaten since last 2 weeks? I've noticed that your face is looking. Are you sure you're okay? If you're looking at brother's face, very soon brother will be looking at your own face. Because there's a body before you. Yes. You are now going beyond the reason of that connection.
Right.
So when you start making it personal, you are crossing
The boundary.
Thank you.
Okay, so always define every relationship. Don't just go into relationship, start talking, start calling, start communicating, because every relationship needs communication, it needs talking of any form, it needs other things inside. Don't just go in because there may be gifting, there may be all of that, especially now that, in quotes, it's a month of love. You can just show love to the person you are relating with. Before you go into that, define that relationship. When you define it, it will help you to know when it's exceeding. That's exactly what they are saying. And I'm telling you that we are out of time. And
If you should have a mentor is important. And if you must select a mentor, prayerfully select a mentor of the same gender. And please, sisters, enough of Kula ministry.
wow, Kula ministry. Thank you so much. Goodness, a word for the audience.
Okay, thank you for viewing. I want us to know that for us to maintain a pure relationship with our fellow human beings, we ought to first of all maintain an intimate relationship with God.
Wow.
Thank you.
Foundational relationship with God. That will help us a whole lot. Cynthia, what do you have?
Thank you so much, viewers, for being with us till this moment. Remember the message that our daddy gave to us. He said, Ken, where is your brother? Sisters, please stop visiting brothers alone. Brother Spirit Coco, please stop visiting sisters alone, and the Lord will help us.
Oh, thank you, Felix.
Thank you for your time, audience. I'd like to let you know that please do not ever underestimate your enemy. The devil is older than you, and experience has granted him leverage against you.
Oh, yes.
So adhere to these points that we've given and follow it in total. And I tell you that heaven will be your destination.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Please, thank you, my panelists. Thank you for all this. Thank you for the information. Thank you for the words of knowledge. And this is I telling you, in every relationship, check the God factor, check the communication, so that you will know where it's heading to and be focused. Thank you so much for listening. Do well to ask your questions. Do well to comment. Do well to share. We will be right back to answer your questions. Thank you so much for listening. Bye. Love beyond roses.
Love in the air, love in the air. The Sexy Pretty team, in collaboration with the Watchman Catholic Charismatic Campus Fellowship, present an online talk show with a topic, Love Beyond Roses, on 9th February 2024, streaming live on Watchman Catholic Charismatic Campus Fellowship Facebook page, Watchman Campus YouTube page, and other Watchman platforms. Find out the exit proof of love. Find out how to become emotionally mature to relate with the opposite sex. Find out if premarital relationship is a kind of love. See you there. Love in the air. Love in the air. The Sexy Pretty team, in